Hi guys, it's me Risa. Welcome to my kitchen. I don't know about you, but I am a huge soup fan. I just absolutely love them. So many different varieties and of course versatile. The other thing I really love about soups are that they are super healthy and nutritious. And today I'm going to teach you how to make a coconut squash soup. I do have a squash recipe already on my YouTube channel, so check it out. But I thought, let's shake it up a little bit. Let's change it. And, that's what it's all about, variety. So we don't get bored with the same things over and over. And I like making a huge amount so that I can have it for several days or to freeze or to give to family, of course. So I'm just going to tell you what I've done so far, all right? Because, we got to speed the process up. I have my cast iron pot because I like to cook slowly in it and it gives amazing flavor. And I'm just going to bring it over because I've taken about 5 garlic cloves and a whole bunch of green onion. I don't really measure, just a whole bunch, and 1 Vidalia onion. And I just use some olive oil spray. And I just like to make sure that my garlic is nice and, let me show you, nice and brown on either side because that just gives it so much more flavor. And I just use a little bit of olive oil spray, or you can use a little bit of olive oil and keep it on a low heat. Of course, the star of the show is going to be your squash. And I found 2 massive squash at Costco for $5. And there's about 12 to 13 cups of squash, okay? And we're going to add that right in. Why not? Just throw that in. And it doesn't matter if it's in chunks because we're going to blend it up. I just found a few pieces of skin. What you do is you just take your squash, put it on a cookie sheet. I do that anyways. Preheat your oven to about 425. Bake it for an hour. Cut it in half. And then you could add a little bit of olive oil spray, or nothing. It's up to you. And then roast it for another 40 minutes or so. I did it the night before because I knew I was going to make it today. All right. Or, there's many times when I just decide to make it. And you can also buy squash that's already cut up, but I just like making it myself, and for $5 this is a cheaper meal. Now the other thing that I have is some vegetable broth, so that's for you vegans or vegetarians out there. And I'm also going to use some almond milk as well, almond coconut milk for the coconutty kind of flavor. All right. And I also have this sugar-free coconut. Now you can use the cans of coconut. They're higher in fat, but this one for 1 cup is only 45 calories, okay? And I believe it's about 1 to 2 smart points on WW. So check your nutritional information. And I bought this coconut sugar-free syrup. And if you can't find the sugar-free syrup, it's by Da Vinci. You can find a coconut extract if you want a little bit more of that coconut flavor, okay? Now I'm going to add a teaspoon of some curry powder. And the thing about making soups is add a little bit of your seasoning and you can add more later. Add a bit at the beginning because you don't want to overpower your soup. And I just like to mix that up, mix it in. And that's going to add another whole dimension to your soup. And I have so much squash in here. So I'm going to start adding 1 whole box of my stock. And I'm going to see if I need more afterwards because I like a little bit of a thicker soup. So I have it ready here in case. Now I have about 2 tablespoons of some fresh ginger. Again, another dimension for flavor. And I'm adding about a couple tablespoons of some grated apple and pear for some sweetness. you won't taste it. It'll just give some extra sweetness without adding, sugar. Okay? And I like to experiment, so, you can do what you want as well. Now, of course, to bring out the flavor, we need some salt. And normally, I'm just going to add a little bit now because really, whenever you're making a soup or any kind of sauce, you should add the salt at the end, okay? Because you don't need all that sodium. And I'm going to add a little bit of my coconut syrup. So I'm going to add about a teaspoon right now, and I'll see if I want to add any more later. And of course, some pepper. And I just sprinkle that in just a little bit. And I'll show you. This is getting nice and heavy. And I'm going to add just a pinch of some oregano. I add oregano in everything. I love it. All right, so I'm just going to move that out of the way. Easy peasy so far, right? And we'll add the almond milk with the coconut after. I'm just going to start pureeing it. Oh, and a little bit of some lemon juice. About maybe a teaspoon or so. Just squeeze a little bit in. All right, so we're going to just puree this. And if you want, you could add some carrot. You could add a different kind of onion. So I used Vidalia onion and green onion. You could add red onion. And I mean, again, it's so versatile depending on what you enjoy and what your taste buds are like. Everybody, and what I do is whenever I have a recipe or I'm looking at recipes, I take little bits from other people and then I change it up to make it my own. And that's what you need to do. So if you don't like something that I've done, then you change it up. And if you don't have all the same ingredients, don't worry, you can improvise, okay? But the main thing is to always taste. You have to taste and see what you need. So now I'm just gonna add the coconut. I'm gonna add probably about a cup's worth. And I'll see, or maybe half of this, I'll see. Oh, it looks so nice and creamy. And I can't wait. And I like to cook this at a very, 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 did I say very, low heat for many hours. The longer you cook a soup, the richer it is. The longer you cook your soup, the richer and more flavor. And honestly, the next day, it's even better. I'm telling you. I just made I made a cauliflower pumpkin soup, and I can't even tell you how delicious it was the next day. And this is getting so creamy, and I love the color of it. And I'm gonna bring the camera over so you can see it better because I know it's kind of far away. But you can see here that it's just becoming so nice, rich, thick, and the beauty is that even if it's thick, you can just always add more liquid, okay? So that's what I like to do, just add my liquid slowly because I better open up the lid. And even if the next day it gets too thick, you could add some more broth, water, or milk, okay? And of course, you need to taste it. Oh my God. Already, and it's not even that hot yet. But I just want to bring this, oy, it is heavy. So here it is. And I'm going to put some into a bowl. But already it tastes amazing. And if you want, you can even toast some coconut afterwards and sprinkle that on. Add some more green onion and put that on, or some chives or some parsley. Especially when you're serving it up, it looks so pretty. So I like to just take usually a nice white bowl, and I'm just going to Again, I need to cook this for a longer time, but even right now, I just want to bring it up to show you the color and richness of this beautiful soup. And you saw that it only took a few minutes, 10 minutes, to get it prepared. That is so delicious. And now I'm just gonna let it cook for several hours because I like it. I love when all the delicious flavors come out. And you saw I only added a little bit of salt. So, you know, you'll see later if it needs more salt, if it needs a little bit more pepper. Okay, and I hope you love this recipe. Easy peasy coconut squash soup that is healthy, nutritious, and my favorite word, delicious. So I hope you've subscribed and you share my channel with anybody and everybody who hopefully is on a health journey. If you're on WW, it's going to be 0 smart points for most of the programs. And I believe on the green program, you do calculate the squash, but I'm not on that program. I'm on the blue program. So you can just divide and see how many points. I believe maybe, I think for a cup, because you're going to have so many cups of soup, it's probably 0. Again, if you're using this milk as opposed to the cans of milk, because that's all you're really counting. You're not counting anything. So again, I hope you've subscribed, share my channel, tell me what you think, comment below, okay? And I love you guys. Don't forget my group, WW Tips and Recipes by Risa, and WW Risa's Tips on Instagram. And that's it. So enjoy, and if you make my soup, tag me and tell me what you think. Bye for now.